In the year 117 AD, Rome stands at the height of its power under the rule of Emperor Trajan. The empire stretches across 3 continents, linking distant provinces through roads, trade routes, military discipline, and administrative order. Yet the true center of this vast system is not found at its borders. It is here, in the Forum Romanum, where daily life and imperial authority intersect. At first light, the city is quiet. From the Capitoline Hill, the Forum lies in pale morning illumination. The marble surfaces retain the coolness of night. The air carries a faint scent of ash from hearths already lit in surrounding neighborhoods. Trajan's column rises beyond the square, its carved narrative of conquest waiting for the return of the sun. As dawn strengthens, the first movement begins along the Via Sacra. The light spreads gradually across temple roofs and column capitals before descending to the worn stone pavement below. Rome does not awaken abruptly. It gathers momentum. Merchants arrive early, guiding wooden carts across the square. Amphorae are unloaded with care, olive oil from Hispania, wine from Gaul, grain transported from the Nile Valley. These goods represent not only commerce, but coordination. Every shipment reflects the stability of roads, ports, and security maintained across thousands of miles. Priests ascend temple steps to prepare morning offerings. Incense burns slowly, its smoke rising between marble columns that have witnessed generations of political change. Religion and governance share the same physical space. Ritual affirms continuity. By mid-morning, the Forum fills steadily with citizens. Senators in white togas edged with purple move with deliberate pace, accompanied by attendants carrying documents and wax tablets. Artisans and traders establish positions near their stalls. Freedmen, slaves, and laborers pass through the same space, each navigating a structured social hierarchy that defines Roman urban life. The Basilica Ulpia dominates the adjacent forum. Its scale communicates authority without spectacle. Inside, officials gather to review reports from distant provinces. Discussions range from taxation and infrastructure to troop deployment along frontier regions. The empire's size demands constant management. Outside, scribes sit on low stools and record contracts with precise movements. Disputes are presented before magistrates. Witnesses step forward. The language used is formal and deliberate. Words spoken here carry legal weight far beyond the square itself. Legionaries patrol the perimeter with quiet discipline. Their armor bears signs of wear, not ceremony. Their presence reinforces order without the need for display. Rome's power is visible, but it is restrained. As the sun climbs higher, the Forum reaches its daily intensity. Voices rise in layered conversation. Advocates gesture carefully while presenting arguments. Coins exchange hands. Agreements are confirmed. The rhythm of footsteps on stone becomes continuous. At the fountains, water flows without interruption. Citizens fill clay vessels and wash dust from their hands. The aqueducts that supply this water are seldom discussed in moments like these, yet they are essential to the city's endurance. Engineering underpins everything. By noon, the Mediterranean sun stands high above the square. Shadows shorten beneath columns. Marble reflects brilliant light across the pavement. Heat settles into the open space, encouraging movement toward shaded porticos. Within the Basilica Ulpia, debate continues in a more focused tone. Reports are reviewed, decisions refined, outcomes clarified. Administrative order requires sustained attention. Outside, market activity adjusts to the intensity of midday. Fabric awnings are repositioned. Traders cluster in shade. Some transactions conclude quickly, others are postponed until the air cools. Gradually, the energy shifts. The afternoon begins to soften the sharpness of noon. Crowds thin slightly as certain matters conclude. Officials leave the basilica in small groups, continuing their discussions in lower voices. The sun moves westward. Light warms again, no longer harsh but directional. Relief carvings on Trajan's column gain definition as angled rays emphasize depth. Marble that appeared white at midday now glows with a muted amber tone. Conversation slow. Merchants begin to organize remaining goods. Children pass through the square on errands. Legionaries rest at ease along the edges of colonnades, maintaining awareness without tension. In the later afternoon, the Forum regains a sense of scale. Where midday compressed movement into density, angled light expands the space visually. Long shadows stretch across pavement. The Basilica Ulpia stands in softer contrast against the bright sky. This transition is gradual, almost unnoticed by those within it. The daily work of empire does not conclude in spectacle. It winds down through documentation, verification, and repetition. Contracts are sealed, coins are counted. Decisions confirmed earlier in the day are now prepared for implementation. Golden light begins to settle over Rome. Columns take on a warmer hue. Bronze statues reflect amber tones before darkening again. The architecture appears less severe, more dimensional, as shadow defines structure. The Forum grows quieter, though not empty. Merchants close their stalls with measured movements. Officials depart toward surrounding streets. The formal intensity of midday has passed, replaced by routine closure. The sun lowers further toward the horizon, and the character of the square changes once more. By the time full darkness settles over the Forum Romanum, the transformation is complete. The same square that carried the weight of commerce, argument, and authority now feels immense and hollow. The scale of Roman architecture becomes more pronounced at night. Without the movement of crowds, the eye is drawn to proportion, to the spacing of columns, the measured symmetry of porticos, the deliberate alignment of temples. The Basilica Ulpia stands in near silhouette. Its massive facade absorbs the darkness rather than reflecting it. Trajan's column rises beside it, no longer a narrative in stone, but a quiet vertical presence against the night sky. Oil lamps burn beneath the arches. Their light is limited, fragile, and distinctly human. It does not conquer the darkness, it negotiates with it. A small patrol moves across the Via Sacra. The rhythm of sandals on stone is steady and unhurried. Torchlight travels with them, sliding briefly across marble before dissolving again into shadow. Their duty is not dramatic, it is continuous. The fountain continues to flow, indifferent to the hour. Water gathers and spills in soft repetition, reflecting both flame and starlight in broken fragments. Even in darkness, Rome's infrastructure does not rest. Midnight passes without ceremony. The Forum is not silent, but subdued. Somewhere beyond the square, doors close, voices lower. A cart rolls through a distant street. Rome contracts inward, but it does not disappear. Above, the stars are clear. Constellations hang over the capital of the known world, unchanged by its ambitions. The column of Trajan stands beneath them, a monument to expansion that now shares the sky with something older and larger than empire. Hours move slowly. The torches burn lower. Guards rotate positions. The air cools further, settling against stone that only hours ago radiated heat. Then, gradually, the darkness begins to thin. It does not break abruptly, it recedes. The eastern horizon softens first, not with color, but with absence of black. Deep blue replaces night. The sharp brilliance of stars fades. The upper edges of temples reappear as faint lines against a lighter sky. The silhouette of the Basilica Ulpia regains detail. The relief carvings on Trajan's column remain unseen, but its structure becomes distinct once more. A thin layer of mist drifts across the lower parts of the square, briefly catching the cool pre-dawn light. Marble, which had become disappeared into shadow, now emerges in muted tones of gray and blue. This is the quietest moment of the entire day. No merchants yet, no magistrates, no debate, only architecture and air. Then the first true light arrives. It touches the highest capitals again, just as it did the previous morning. Gold replaces blue at the top of columns. Shadows begin to form, long and fresh. The cycle resumes. Soon footsteps will return. The Via Sacra will fill once more with layered movement. Contracts will be drafted. Decisions will be announced. Goods from distant provinces will be unloaded into the heart of the city. But for a brief span between darkness and activity, Rome stands in perfect stillness, balanced between what it was and what it will become again. At its peak in 117 AD, Rome's power is not defined by a single hour of spectacle. It is sustained by continuity. From sunrise to sunset, from debate to silence, from torchlight to dawn, the Forum Romanum endures. And as the light strengthens across marble and stone, the capital of the empire prepares to repeat the pattern that holds it together. Another day begins. Not extraordinary, not theatrical, but precise. And in that precision lies the true strength of Rome.